everyone, welcome back to my channel today. So today I kind of wanted to talk about something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, and that is getting a breast augmentation. I know some of you guys are probably, rolling your eyes or thinking it's an awful decision or whatnot. If you're not into plastic surgery or you don't agree with plastic surgery, certainly don't watch this video because that's what it's going to be about. So I think I'll start by explaining a little bit as far as why I wanted to get this done and what kind of drove me to this decision. Basically, I have 5 kids, and I'm 38 years old, and I've always had smaller breasts. I've never had, big breasts. They kind of stopped growing when, 7th grade or something like that. And I was told in the past that I had tubular breast syndrome, I think is what it is. It's basically where your breast tissue doesn't finish developing. So it affects breastfeeding and the ability to create enough milk and things like that. I've struggled through all 5 of my pregnancies and spent countless time at nurse or lactation consultants and things like that, ways to try and improve my milk production and things like that. That's a whole nother thing, but basically ended up being told, you have tubular breasts. It's something that just happened in your development and there's really nothing you can do. So they're very small and they're kind of shaped in a, I don't know if this is going to be TMI, but like shaped in like a tube, kind of pointy and not real like round and voluptuous. So I've always, wanted to get breast implants, and obviously never had the money or just never really looked at it in depth. So I just recently obviously lost 52 pounds, I think it is. And so I wanted to go in and have a consult at least and kind of just see what the doctor thought. So I scheduled a consult with a doctor here in town. He's a board certified plastic surgeon, and went in and just talked with him about kind of what my goals were and what he thought. I assumed I would need like a breast lift as well as the implants, and he actually said that I wasn't droopy at all or saggy, that I would not need a breast lift, which actually surprised me. But I guess they look at like where your nipple placement is in relation to your breast and how saggy it is. And when I stand up straight, they're actually not saggy. So that's good for me because it costs less to not get a breast lift. So anyway, fast forward to now, I am scheduled for this next Thursday. It's Saturday. Today's the 18th, so yeah, I'm scheduled for the 23rd, which I'm super excited about. I plan on going back to work Monday. I know that sounds super quick, but I do have a desk job in a medical office, so I think I'll be okay. I'll just have to take it easy, obviously. But I think I'm the first surgery on Thursday. I have to be there at 5:30. And I think my surgery is at 7:30, so I'll have all day, obviously, that day, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm hoping I'm going to feel good enough to go to work on Monday. What else? So I have been like nonstop, constantly watching other videos regarding breast augmentation and sizes and all of that. I did already pick my size, but it was kind of going crazy trying to determine what I wanted to do. And I was also kind of back and forth on the implant type. So as most of you know, there's 2 main implants that they use now. One is saline and the other is silicone. So saline is just a saltwater solution that is sterile, that they pump inside of a silicone shell, and that's the implant. The other one is a cohesive silicone implant, which is a lot different than the silicone they originally used, where it was like if it broke open, it seeped and leaked out this really thick gel that was really hard to clean up and things. So now what they use is a really cohesive silicone gel, where if your implant breaks, if you put pressure, like it'll like kind of bubble out like a piece of rubber or something, but when you let go, it kind of sucks back in, so it's not liquid that actually seeps out. Now, I don't necessarily think it would be good for you because that silicone is exposing the surrounding areas, but it's not like the old gel implants where it would actually seep and cause a lot of messy issues. I decided to go with the silicone. I originally said I was going to do the saline, and then I just started doing a lot of research, and those a couple of things with the saline implants, they tend to have some rippling on the outside that you can actually see on the sides of your breasts, and also they, I guess, are pretty firm. They don't feel as natural as the silicone, which wasn't a huge deal for me. My main thing is the percentage of them breaking is a lot higher than the silicone ones. They seem to deflate, and when they break, it's like flat tire. It's just going to flatten, and you have to go have it removed and replaced or whatnot. Now, the kind of a con on the silicone ones is that if it does rupture, they're pretty much called silent ruptures because you really don't know about it. And you basically what the FDA recommends is that you have an MRI after your first 3 years, and then every 2 years after that. And it's usually something that insurance won't cover because of the reason why you're having, that it was for a cosmetic reason to begin with. So that can be costly. I guess they're like $1,400. But, every 3 years and then every 2 years, I don't think it's a huge deal. And I also read that capsular contracture, I think is what it's called, is more common with the saline implants as well, and also just depending on where your incision is. I decided to go with the inframammary incision, which is underneath the crease of your breast, or the fold of your breast, I should say. Originally, I decided that I wanted to do the one that's like right under, like the half crescent that they do under the nipple. But I decided not to go that route because I heard that the risk of capsular contraction is actually worse going through the nipple. They believe that bacteria can cause it. So basically, if bacteria gets on the implant, your body kind of attacks that bacteria and forms a capsule of tissue around, and it can harden and things like that, and that's what causes the issue. So going through the nipple, the doctors have to go through all of your milk glands and things like that to get back behind the muscle, which is where my implant is going to be placed. And so I figured it would be, hopefully would lower my risk by going in the inframammary incision, because then they don't really have to go through breast tissue. They can go right up and then go under the muscle. So that's the route I'm going to go. I'm just trying to reduce my risk of having to return to surgery. The good thing with the implants is they do come with kind of a 10-year warranty. With the saline implants, you can purchase, I think, for $200 more, some additional coverage where if they do have to go back into surgery, it helps cover the cost of some of the surgery itself. Otherwise, the warranty is basically just on the implants themselves, where if you have an issue and they have to replace your implant, it pays for the implant. Now, with the silicone implant warranty, you don't have to pay extra to get some extra coverage, where if they do need to go back into surgery, I think you get up to $3,500 to cover some of the surgery cost as well. So that kind of tells me that the risk of returning to surgery with the silicone is less, because you don't have to pay anything extra for that coverage, where with the saline you have to pay an extra $200. So I think that kind of goes to show you right there that the risk is higher with the saline of returning to surgery. So we'll see. So about the size that I've decided to do, I really went back and forth on this and watched a lot of before and after videos and pictures and things like that. And listening to a lot of girls, they're usually their biggest regret is that they didn't go bigger than what they chose. And so I decided to go fairly large. I don't think it's humongous by any means, but I think it's going to be a pretty big change from where I'm at right now. So I decided to go with 600 cc's. They are the silicone, and they're the brand the Natural from Allergan, I believe. So 600 cc's, you might think that's huge. I don't think it's, I think the highest they go is like 8 or 850, something like that. And I actually think it's 605. It's in like these weird increments with this brand. So I think, yeah, it's 605 cc's. But I decided, you know, for my frame and that I think it would be a good fit, big fit, maybe that too. And I think I just wanted to have a noticeable difference, and I wanted to be pretty full on my upper chest area because I've always wanted that. And the implants also come in different profiles, so how they project off of your chest. The higher the profile, the more fullness you're going to have on the top of the chest and get that really good cleavage and things like that. So I did decide to go with a high profile because I really did want a lot of fullness up in this area. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm super excited. I'm hoping that this next week goes by really fast and Thursday gets here before I know it, because I just want to get that part over with. I do plan on hopefully being able to film a bit that day. I've never really been a huge vlogger necessarily. We're taking the camera along with me, but we'll see how it goes, and if I decide to film while I'm there or whatnot, I'll make that decision as it comes. Otherwise, I'll definitely film you know, after surgery and kind of see how it's going. I'm hoping to be able to do kind of some check-ins that first day, just to kind of let you know what I'm feeling and how things are going. So anyway, that's all I have to really say. I guess I'll do a little bit of a before profile here so you can kind of see what I'm working with and what it looks like now. Now I'm in a black top, so it might be kind of hard to see, but I'll show you. I'm not wearing a bra right now, by the way, but just not really full. It kind of just yeah, sits here. So I don't know, I'm hoping you guys can see. So yeah, I mean, my nipples are here in relation. I'm hoping that, you know, that the fullness will kind of push everything up, but we will see. So anyway, that's a little bit of a before. I'll be in hopefully a different top where you can probably see a little bit more on my after. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it here, you guys, and I guess the next time I check in with you guys will probably be right before surgeries.